Hey guys and girls, on Ask Japanese, it's Kathy Cat. Today we are gonna go and answer your questions about drinks, Japanese drinks here in Japan. You asked us a couple of questions, we're gonna try and answer them, and we're gonna spend the evening together. So let's go and ask Japanese. Ask Japanese, yes. Is it considered rude to decline alcohol in Japan? Would you offend people if you say, I don't drink? Well, in this situation, there used to be a thing that, especially if you worked at a company and your boss said drink, you drank. And that now got picked up by the media a lot under power harassment, meaning they forced you kind of to drink. So it got lots and lots of media attention. And since then, Japanese people have cut down on it, and it is not rude anymore. So you can decline a drink. If you say you don't drink, that's totally fine. I know a couple of models who can't drink because of just that their body doesn't really absorb alcohol well. Again, they tell people in advance and they just have a glass of water or fruit juice. What's more popular in Japan, coffee or tea? Good question. Actually, in the mornings, I see quite a lot of people actually preferring coffee, but you generally get green tea in stores and everywhere. So if you, for example, go to a restaurant, you get green tea. If you go to other, just to have a snack or something, you get free green tea sometimes. So green tea seems to be the main thing that people actually drink. But quite a lot of Japanese people like coffee as well. And what I find really surprising is they can drink it right before bed and don't stay up all night. I don't know how they do it. Hey there, director, tell us about the famous sake of Japan. Well, I have to talk in his in his shoes at this point in time. He does like sake. He does like sake quite a lot. He also recommended me a couple of sweet sake. I think Miyu was a sake that you liked. Is that right, director? Yes, he says yes. And so that's quite a lot of different types of sake are here in Japan as well. And actually we have done a video where we went sake tasting in Higashi, Hiroshima with the different types of sake where they're made. Be sure to check that out. So type in sake and ask Japanese and you should find the video. I wonder about the size of the drinks in Japan. I remember from a previous video, I had seen that the beers can be very small. But that really depends on your country where you're from. In Germany, we have huge beers. Also in America, they're huge Starbucks cups. So that's something that you don't have in Japan. Sometimes drinks can be as small as this. Really depends on what you're trying to get. But yes, there are generally smaller portions of everything available here in Japan. Why do so many drinks have different flavors and some flavors that are considered strange to foreigners? Well, actually, that's a business thing. People try to release new drinks, try to get people's attention. If it gets popular, then they can keep selling it. Some drinks only sell for certain seasons. For example, in the vending machines, certain types of hot drinks only sell maybe for the winter, and in summer they're gone and they won't come back next year. So that's another thing. They try to see if they have a business for these types of drinks and then release them. Flavors that are strange to foreigners, for example, there is one flavor which is usually a red bean paste kind of drink. That might be strange to you, but it is actually a drink that is generally enjoyed by Japanese people quite a lot, especially around the colder season. So again, that's a drink that might be strange to foreigners just because we don't know it yet. But for Japanese people, it's quite normal. People talk about matcha a lot, but what about sencha and bancha? Are there more green tea varieties that are popular for everyday drinks? Yes. I mean, you can mix green tea with rice, you can mix green tea as it is, there are different ways of roasting it. Hojicha is very popular right now. There is a little bit of a hojicha latte boom. So instead of having a cafe latte, you mix hojicha with milk. Very popular. So Japanese people enjoy a variety of, again, green tea varieties. What do Japanese normally drink at home? Actually, you generally see a big bottle of cold green tea, usually from a PET bottle in Japanese homes quite a lot. So in your house, it might be a big bottle of Coke, but in Japan, it's generally a big bottle of green tea. I would like to know the price of soda and what's the most expensive drink from vending machines. Soda is generally around 160 yen if it's out of the vending machine, so it's like a 500 milliliter bottle. But the most expensive in a vending machine are sometimes when you go to hotels, they will have vending machines inside their hotels, and the alcohol in those ones can be very expensive. The director said up to 500 yen for a bottle of beer. What types of drinks do Japanese enjoy that the West hasn't really had? Actually, we have done quite a lot of videos about that. They are in a Ask Japanese vending machines videos. Be sure to type that in. Well, how much alcohol do most Japanese women drink? What's the legal drinking age? Well, how much they drink really depends on them, but the legal drinking age in Japan is 20, so even if it's legal for you to drink alcohol in your country from 18 or 16, you can't do that in Japan. You need to abide by the rules. Why do Japanese people drink so much? Even at home, they drink beer to every meal or something like that. I noticed when I was there with a group of friends. Might totally depend on your friends and how much they actually like alcohol. So that's totally up to them. Not everyone does it. How often do Japanese people go out to have drinks with friends and coworkers? Really, again, depends on how social these people are. Our company has drinks every second month, but you're not obliged to go. And if you have drinks with your friends, that again totally depends on how often you want to go out drinking. It's okay to sometimes decline, but if you decline, always be sure to also add the sentence, please invite me next time. Can you find ramune in any specific vending machines? You can't find the bottles that you guys might know, the glass bottles where you push down the little pebble, but you can actually find it in certain vending machines in the form of a can. This might be a stupid question, but how is rice sake made? Well, it's actually made with water, rice, and bacteria. Do different prefectures sell their own unique limited edition special drinks? Yes, they do. And actually, they take big pride in them. So sometimes I even saw green tea, cola, and all kinds of fruit things. For example, if a prefecture is very proud of their lemons, there will be a lemon drink. So you can find all kinds of things. Be sure to check it out. What's up with Japan and root beer? What is up with Japan and root beer? There is nothing much up with Japan and root beer. It's not as popular, but many Japanese people do actually like it when they go to Okinawa. There is an AW, and quite a lot of people drink root beer there. And I had a lovely root beer float there when we went there. So yeah, I like root beer. Which are the weirdest flavors on drinks in Japan? I would say some of those that we've done in our vending machine videos, like there's pudding and all kinds of random things, so be sure to check that out. What kind of tea do they drink, if at all? Well, green tea, and why if at all? They drink a lot of green tea. What's the most weirdest drink in Japan or every region? Well, actually, when we went to Okinawa and filmed for Ask Japanese, we found habushu, which is a form of alcohol that contains a snake. There's a snake inside the alcohol. If you're curious to see that, type in Ask Japanese and Okinawa and you'll be able to find it. So these are some of the answers on your questions about Japanese drinks, but there is more to come, so be sure to be subscribed so you don't miss the other answers that we're doing. And we're going to do more recruits of your questions soon, so be sure to always check out our community tab too. That's where we recruit those questions. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you soon for more stuff on Ask Japanese if you're subscribed. Bye!